I got a flat after about 20 metres. The rear flat tyre that was giving me trouble all yesterday continued to misbehave this morning, because you'll never believe it, but I had a mechanical issue. Heading southeast out of Los Angeles after a rest day, down past the town of Santa Barbara to a campsite in the hills. We're heading into the mountains tomorrow. Riding today so far has, well, it's a big busy highway like this, and it's the only road in this area, so lots of cars, lots of trucks. It's about the most space we've had all day, and that's because they're repaving certain sections of this road. Anyway, hopefully the views at the other end are worth it. Rolling into Santa Barbara now at about 4 in the afternoon. Kind of glad that's over. Hopefully we'll find somewhere to grab a late lunch. Push on a bit further towards our cabin on hopefully some quieter roads. Look at that. That's so cool. It's 6:30. Got about 20 k's to our accommodation tonight. We're going up this valley here. Safe to say, after a lovely little cafe stop in Santa Barbara, things have got a bit quieter on the roads, and the scenery is really starting to pick up. So, the second half of the day better than the first. Alright, day 21. Had a charming little stay in an alpine-style cabin last night. Met Denise the Desperate Dog, who's just jogging after Meg there. And today we've got about 65 or 70 k's of pretty hilly riding into the foothills of the Andes. I think it could be quite an interesting day. Afternoon update. We've been going for 5 hours total. It's about 5:30 in the afternoon, and in total we've covered a bit less than 45k. So we might need to bail out and go and stay at a campsite a little earlier than where we had initially planned to stop tonight. But we'll just see how we go. We're about halfway up a 10k climb, which is day 22. Today's going to be a big one. We've got about another 7 or 8 k's to the Mapuche community of Chenqueco, where we are looking for some advice about our planned route. Our hope is that we'll be able to go up and over a mountain and down into the other side of a valley, which is further east. But we're not sure if the top of that pass is currently covered with snow, because it is still late enough in the year that that is a thing. So hopefully the top of the pass is free of snow and we can start the, well, what's supposed to be a very difficult climb slash push of bikes up and over the top. And if we can't pass, we're probably getting a bus back to Santa Barbara where we were a couple of days ago. So should be a momentous day one way or the other. Now we think that's Volcan Lonquimay there at the back in the distance. That's the mountain we were originally planning to go up to the top of. The road is covered with snow, so we're trying to go around to the east of it. Whether or not we can, we will just see. Alright, update. We've spoken to some locals. The bridge is open. There's no snow over the pass, so all we have to do now is get over there. We're expecting it to take us probably the rest of the afternoon. Currently walking back down the trail as we're climbing up because it's too steep and rocky for us to get a bike up in one go. So we've got to go back down, get the bags off my bike, get the bags to the top, come back down and get the bike separately.
1 hour later.
Back riding again. Just a little rocky trail to deal with, but we're moving at more than 1k an hour, so that's something.
20 minutes later.
Good news, we have finished the track that we've just come from and we found the road ahead. The bad news is the road looks like that, and it goes up there. So, yes, could still be a while till we get to the top.
2 hours later.
So the good news is we've made it over the climb. The bad news is this is the finger quotes road that we are descending. It's might be slow progress.
The next day.
Day 23. We've ridden about 5k so far. We've just come through this tunnel here as Meg emerges into the sunlight. We've got very little water and our stoves decided to up and die on us. So we're hoping we can make it to the next town and buy some more. We've got a way to go until resupply and not a lot of water, but the views are nice. We're doing the best we can. After a couple of hours of tough slogging through some beautiful gravel roads, the most beautiful word in the world is abierto, open. Okay, update. It is 6 p.m. We've been slogging on the gravel for the last couple of hours. We've got about 12 k's to the town of Lonquimay where we'll be able to hopefully rest and get a proper hotel room and a decent feed. And most critically of all, we're on the bitumen again. It feels great. Alright, rest day in Malalcahuello. We've had a very easy morning just crossing off a few little chores. Got some devices charged, washed some clothes. One thing we haven't been able to do despite quite a bit of effort is clean the fuel line for our stove. So we just bought some WD-40 with the hope that that will help us be able to access it. But for now we're going to ride into town, hopefully get something to eat, and then we're going to check out the spa in town. So there's thermal baths there, which we'll hopefully be able to have a go at this afternoon. So that will hopefully be nice and restful. One more thing, today we're in sport mode, so no bags. That means when we get a nice downhill descent on smooth tarmac like this, it feels Bellissimo. So we're now cruising on back from the Termas de Manalcahuello. Very nice, relaxing, warm pool for us to just chill in for a bit. And now we're gonna ride back through town, grab some groceries from the supermarket, and maybe even have a dinner that's not boiled rice or boiled pasta. Day 25. The sun's out. We've got a slight tailwind, and the saga of the stove continues. After working at it for several hours yesterday, especially Meg, we've been unable to dislodge the fuel line, which appears to be stuck, and take it to the only hardware store in town. We've got a man named Patricia who actually used to live in Melbourne. But he's given us a couple of places in a city called Curacampin, which is just off our route that we were hoping to take today. So it'll be a detour of maybe an extra 10 or 20 k's, but if we can get this stove sorted, it would be more than worth it. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the sunshine and the cycle path and see what comes later. Late afternoon update. It's about 10 to 5. We've just left Curacatin, where we were able to buy a little cheapy stove from a camping shop, which will hopefully be an adequate replacement. And we were able to talk to a very helpful cafe owner who identified the problem with our phones and has hopefully helped us fix them. All we have to do now is get about 40 k's to our campsite. Hopefully that goes well.
8:01 p.m.
So when I was about 9 or 10, like many 9 or 10-year-old boys, I loved dinosaurs. And the series that always captured my mind the most was called Walking with Dinosaurs, the final episode of which was filmed very close to here. It's a very ancient landscape, and as we look up to the Sierra Nevada mountain, we are going to stay very close to here tonight. Still got another 5k or so to camp, but it's pretty special.
Eventually,
almost at camp. Today we are off the bikes. We're in the Parque Nacional Conguillo, and we're going to do a hike called Sierra Nevada, which is reportedly the hike to do in these parts. If it's anything half as beautiful as this, we're in for a real treat. So in Spanish, Sierra Nevada means snowy mountain range. Not seeing any evidence to contradict that name now. So it's just coming up 5 in the afternoon. We're taking a slightly different way back to the campsite through some of this thicker forest rather than along the beach. But yeah, one of the best hikes we've ever done, I think. And the scenery continues to impress. Both pretty tired, so we'll probably head back to camp and have a shower and maybe cook up some rice for dinner. Day 26. Only 30 kilometers downhill and downwind.
A few moments later.
That, like that, and like that. Quality content.